What's up, people? I am back. It's your boy, Porter Rock 77, back with a quick episode. Hopefully it's quick, of PUERTO'S POINT. Let me do my mic check, make sure it sounds good. I don't know what's up, man. Maybe my sound effect hasn't been playing on the background. You were supposed to hear my little sound effect, but it didn't work. But anyway, I have my day off. Slow day today, just relaxing. Been under the weather, actually. I don't know why. It's kind of weird getting a cold in the summer. Kind of bugged out. But anyway, catch me later. Oh, I'm going to do a little shameless plug. Catch me later at 8 o'clock. I'll be on Titanfall's Princess's channel on her podcast at 8 p.m. today Eastern. So check me out there. Hey, what's going on, Ronnie Sanchez? Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy what I'm about to talk about. But I want to talk about a couple of topics. Some that was long overdue and some that's recent, out of nowhere. But I think it's important to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Important in the sense of being an informed gamer and stuff like that. You know? But anyway, if you're new to the channel, you know, if you're hearing this being recorded, you know, check out my contents, like the video, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? And hit me up on Twitter and stuff like that, all right? But let's get to the topics. We're going to start off with PSNow. The streaming service. By now, you know, most of the hardcore by now should know about the streaming service. It's pretty much, you get to play a whole bunch of PlayStation 3 games and other games. I think PlayStation 2, you know, a whole bunch of various games. And now they're going to include PS4 games. They added Killzone and The Last of Us Remastered. So potentially Sony could build up their library. Hey, what's up, Hailstorm? What's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Sony potentially could build up their PS4 library to beef up PSNow. All right, so it's pretty much a streaming service. What's up, AJ Fulton? Thanks for stopping by. It's a streaming service, excuse me. And you play games over the internet, pretty much. Sony has these servers and stuff that are streaming the games to your device, PC or console. And you can play these games for, like, I think it's $20 a month, and you have unlimited access to any of these games. And they probably have other tiers to the service too, but for the most part, $20 a month. So it's kind of like Netflix in a way for gaming, specifically for PlayStation games. Here's my issue, and I think most gamers could understand. Number one, it's all dependent on your internet connectivity. If you have, you know, not so good internet, you know, it may be good enough for online gaming, but for streaming games of this nature, you might have a poor experience. Or it might not even work. Like my boy AJ Fulton, his couldn't even work because of his internet. You know, and I think my man's out in California, so I think he has good internet. But it's very internet dependent. You know what I'm saying? It's almost, you could almost say PSNow is pretty much while people criticize about Xbox when Donnie Matrick tried to push the always connected. Technically, PSNow is an always connected service. You can't play it unless you're on the internet. You know what I'm saying? And so what's my issue? So what am I trying to say? You know, so we all know what PSNow is. My issue, Sony needs to get rid of that trash. Just get rid of the shit. It's not gaining traction, and you can tell it's not gaining traction because Sony's not talking about how many subscribers. Believe me, if there was a lot of people signing up for this, Sony would brag about it. And yes, I don't storm, I agree. Pepsi is better. Sony would be bragging about it, right? They bragged about, they mentioned VR sales, right? Over 1 million units sold. Obviously, they talk about their console sales. They talk about their game sales. They talk about PSN Plus subscribers, and they talk about how many subscribers PSN has in total, you know, which includes the free. So all those numbers are included. But yet, they don't talk about PSNow subscribers. Why? Because it's failing. Nobody really wants that service. All right? There's people who tried it out for free. Well, of course, if you're trying it out for free, sure, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? But Sony can't sustain a free PSNow service. If PSNow was free, let's say it was part of PSN Plus, okay, I get it. It's a free thing. You know, no skin off anyone's back. But at $20 a month, it's a piss poor service. You know, there's people who have it for free and hate it. You know what I'm saying? So imagine if you were paying $20 consistently, right? So what does this mean? So what is PSNow? PSNow is pretty much a bunch of servers that Sony bought off of a service called Gaikai in Japan. And Gaikai was originally going to do their own streaming service, but Sony bought them out and took it over for PSN. All right? Okay? And that's another good point. Good point, AJ Fulton. It doesn't even matter how good your internet is. There's always going to be input lag. It's just too much information going across the net. So you're always going to have, so especially if you're trying to, have a good match of Call of Duty, Madden. Fuck, imagine playing NBA 2K on that. The input, like, it'll throw off, your shots and all that. It's just a terrible service. So anyway, so Sony got all these servers from Gaikai for, for the PSNow. And so what would they do? If they were to get rid of PSNow, what would Sony do with all this infrastructure? Well, simple. There's servers. All right. What Sony needs to do is get the right people. What's up, ABCXYZ? pretty cool name. Sony needs to get the right engineers and reprogram and rededicate those servers and give PlayStation dedicated servers. Start putting your first-party titles in the network dedicated to gaming. And I don't think anybody will have issues with that. That will be my first recommendation. All right. All right. Dedicated servers. You know what I'm saying? They're getting $60, right? The PSN Plus subscription is getting higher, so they're getting more and more subscribers. So put your technology, put your infrastructure towards the strength of the platform. PSNow is not a Sony strength. It's not even a PlayStation strength. It's just not. All right? That'll be my first suggestion. Second suggestion, right? If Sony truly wants to take advantage of the PC platform, all right? What's up, punk girl? And and all the bullshit aside, no fanboy here. If Sony wants to do it, they need to do it right. It needs to be direct to digital download. Enough with the streaming shit. PC gamers do not want to play streaming games. They want their shit downloaded and installed so they could take advantage of the hardware that they purchased, regardless of what combination of hardware they did. You know what I'm saying? Sony also needs to implement backwards compatibility. I don't know if they can or they can't, because PS3 was in a totally different architecture, especially with the sole processor. But Sony would much benefit more with dedicated servers, direct downloads, and backwards compatibility. That will strengthen PSN monumentously, because there's a lot of PS3 exclusives people want. Let's just cut the bullshit. There are some PS3 exclusives that are fucking beasts, and people will play them. All right, especially a lot of 360 guys. Because let's be honest, a lot of 360 guys jump ship to the PS4. They love their 360, but Microsoft did a very bad job of showing off their Xbox One. You all saw how that went down. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of them jump ship. A lot of them never played a PS3. So there's a lot of games they never got the opportunity to play. You're talking Metal Gear Solid 4. You're talking Heavenly Sword, Resistance. Shit like that. Especially the Xbox gamers that only game on Xbox. The Dark Souls. They love the Dark Souls franchise. Well, it all began with a game called Demon Souls on the PS3, and it was exclusive. A lot of Xbox guys who never had a PS3 would love to get that game. If anything, I'll be honest, as much as corny it is, Sony should remaster that game and put that shit out. Because a lot of people will play that game because they never got the opportunity to play it the first go around. And that's what started the whole Demon Soul craze from the start, So that's my truth, that's what I'm saying. Put the backwards compatibility in. I mean, we all talk shit about, Xbox, that's the only thing they play. That's just all fanboy bullshit. But on the real, there's a lot of PS3 games, a lot of 360 owners that went over to PS4, never got to play. You know what I'm saying? And because the console doesn't have BC, they're not going to go out and buy a PS3. They're just not going to do that. The thing on the console, they'll go buy it to check out things that they missed out last gen. Not everybody is a multi-console owner, especially last gen. It was the first time where if you buy two consoles, you just spent $1,000. That never happened before in gaming. The PS3 was $600 and the Xbox 360 was $400. You know what I'm saying? So it was very expensive from the start. So a lot of people were not multi-console owners. Only the hardcore were. But the casuals that enjoy gaming, they just, couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? They just had to buy one, and they stuck with that one. PS3, and that's all they bought, because that $500-$600 price tag, they couldn't buy another one. Same thing with the 360. They paid $400 for their Xbox 360. They weren't willing to spend that big money, so they just stood in their platform. But that's my opinion. PSNow needs to go. It's just no bang for the buck. They could do better with all that infrastructure. Give us dedicated servers. Provide direct to download, even if it's just on PS4. PS3 games you could directly download on the PS4. That would be cool. You understand what I'm saying? Even, how about this? Here's the thing. So backwards compatibility is the ability to play the game you bought on the new consoles. For example, my PS3 games, I'll be able to take the disc and put it in the PS4 console and play it. Let's say Sony can't do that for whatever reason, but they have the ability to have PS3 games, right? Regular PS3 games, and you just buy them. Granted, it kind of sucks. They have to rebuy the game, but it's better than nothing. If that's the best they can do, at least have them sell them digitally so you can digitally buy them and digitally download them. All right? The PSNow streaming, it just provides a horrible experience, and nobody really wants to deal with that. It's just really crappy. So at the very least, at least make these games digital so that way you can purchase them and stuff like that, right? So that's just my thing. Like I said, PSNow ain't going anywhere. I know. They put, I think $400 million behind it. I don't know. I just think it's going to hurt them more than help them. Because really, how many people? Does everybody in the chat? Do you know? Are any of you guys subscribed? If you have a PS4, are you subscribed? Not the free shit when you buy it and you get a 14-day trial. Are you paying $20 a month for PSNow? Who here is actually paying $20 a month for PSNow? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no. Let me see how many 2s are out there. I'm going to let you know. I'm a 2 already. I ain't paying for that shit. I'm a 2. I'm not paying for that. Oops, sorry. Who else? Who has a PS4? See? Look at that. Who here? The only people, I think Jay Barry's the only one that does that, to be honest. The question was, if you have a PS4, are you paying $20 a month for PSNow? 1 for yes, 2 for no. And not the free 14-day free trial. You are actually paying the subscription. $20 a month. 1 for yes, 2 for no. See, look at that. Everybody here is 2. If you have a PS4. Nobody's paying for this shit. So let's be real. If Sony cancels PSNow, are you guys going to miss it? All right, Jason is like, what's the question again? The question is, if you have a PS4, are you subscribed to PSNow? Hit 1 for yes, 2 for no. Are you subscribed to the service? Are you paying $20 a month for it? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Pretty much everybody is a no. You understand what I'm saying? So now, imagine Sony 2, 3, 4 months, 6 months from now, they say, hey, PSNow subscription will be, PSNow will no longer be a service. We will refund any remaining, subscribers that have money into it. The servers will now be directed as dedicated servers for all PlayStation 4 owners. We all benefit from dedicated servers. And they say PS3 games now are playable as digital downloaded direct games that you can purchase on the PS4 store. Now, granted, it's not backwards compatibility, but at least it's better than streaming games. So now you could buy Heavenly Sword for like $10, $8. You can buy Metal Gear Solid 4 for $10. Resistance 2 for $10, $8. You understand what I'm saying? You can buy those games digitally now and install them and play them. They won't sell them on disc. It's just straight digital content. That is much better. I think all of us will benefit from that. Benefit from dedicated servers and benefit from from direct to download PS3 games. Even if Sony can't do the backwards compatibility, I know it sucks, but when you think about it, even on Xbox's BC, Xbox One backwards compatibility, a lot of people rebought Call of Duty. Hell, what is it, Black Ops 2, when it went backwards compatible, that shit was number 10 on MPD. You You know how many people went out and re-bought that game? A lot of people get rid of their games and re-buy it. But I think we all benefit with direct digital downloads and dedicated servers. That's just my point, right? So now we're going to go on to next point. Crackdown 3. We're going to talk about that. Man, we're hearing some nasty shit about Crackdown 3. You understand what I'm saying? Already saw a video on that. I saw like 2 videos on that, and I read like 4 articles already. And, yo, it's tripping. What the fuck is going on here with Crackdown 3? Like, I'm not judging the game. I'm not saying it sucks or not. I haven't played it. You know what I'm saying? But there's some issues with the game. Apparently, the gameplay is bland. The people who played it said it's no different than Crackdown 1. And it's not. I know some people on Twitter, people misunderstood what they're trying to say. They're not trying to say that the gameplay should have been different from the Crackdown series. They're not saying that. That's not what they're saying. They're not saying that the gameplay should have changed. What they're saying is it's literally replaying Crackdown 1. That's how they feel. They feel like it's Crackdown 1. That's what they're saying. It's not like, you know, imagine playing Halo 3 and it's the same thing as Halo 1. You know what I'm saying? Granted, you're going to have the same mechanics and gameplay, but it should be different. You know, it should have its own, a new city, something. But a lot of people played it are saying that it's pretty much just Crackdown 1 all over again, and nothing really changed. I don't know if they played a demo or if there's a lot of stuff that on the game. In my opinion, I'll say this. People should always judge a game once it comes out, because things change in a couple of months. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes these demos don't have everything and stuff. I remember when Neo came out and they had the demo, everybody thought it was a bland game and a piss poor version of Dark Souls, because it didn't have anything. It was just the first level of the game. That's all you were able to demo. And a lot of people didn't like it. The full game comes out, and when you play it, it had so much depth, it was insane. The game has so much crazy depth to its combat. It's just absolutely insane, and people love it. So people need to wait till Crackdown 3 comes out and judge Crackdown 3 when it's actually out and all the bells and whistles are out, right? I just hope that the developers were able to provide a good single-player campaign for the game, because it's going to be important at that game. Hey, what's up? All right, well, what's good, man? Thank you for stopping by. It's important that the developers provide a good single-player campaign. I think for that game specifically, because I don't think the standalone multiplayer is going to be enough. It's supposed to have, you know, the cloud computing and destructions, but after a while, let's be honest, the destruction is going to be cool and it's all nice and it's going to look great, but after 2 weeks, you're going to get used to it. It's not going to feel fresh 2 weeks later. You understand what I'm saying? So that game's going to definitely need a total package. You understand what I'm saying? The final part. Now, not me. I choose gameplay. Gameplay will always be number 1 in my book, and then graphics. It was on Crackdown 3. Graphically, that game does not look good at all. The art style, I don't know if they still need to optimize it, you know, because I know Naughty Dog and Sony, they leave the graphic improvement towards the end. So I don't know if the developers of Crackdown doing the same thing. But with all the hype behind Xbox One X, that game does not represent Xbox One X in a good light, especially for being exclusive. It doesn't look good at all. It really doesn't. I know cell shading games is hard to push graphics on cell shading games, but I've seen better cell shading games than what Crackdown is pushing. You know, I'm just saying it's just a reality. That game is not representing X1X at all. It's a really bad representation. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm just gonna give y'all, you know, you X dudes a warning. The PlayStation fanboys, they're gonna use that. They're gonna use Crackdown 3 as a narrative to go against X1X. I mean, it's stupid because it's just one game. There's tons of games on 1X that look beautiful and gorgeous, but they're gonna use that one game to fuck with you guys. So I'm warning you. I hope the graphics in that game improve, because October's gonna be rough if that game looks like shit. It does not look good at all. You know, and I'm not even a graphics whore, and even I'm like, at first I thought it was the 1S version, and they're like, no, this is the 1X. I'm like, whoa, you know, developers are already fucking up. I wish the developers the best. I'm assuming, again, they're probably doing their improvements. I mean, the game is not officially gold anyway, so we'll see. All right, we'll see about Crackdown. Let's hope that good things come for that game. Because if it's a disaster, Oh my God, I don't think I'll be able to go on Twitter. It's gonna be bad. All right. Now, next up I want to talk about is 2 PS4 exclusives under the radar. And one of these exclusives, my man Iron Wolf put me on. You understand what I'm saying? It's an indie game too. But I'm going to show you. First, I want to show you the one I got put on. And I talked about it a little bit on my podcast. It's Hidden Agenda. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm gonna put the link of the game in my description box. But I want to show you. I'm going to share my screen. Excuse me if you hear me like sniffling and stuff. I got a little bit of a cold. All right. Let me go here. All right, gonna share my screen. Hold on. Let me make sure I give you good bandwidth. Hold on. Let me stop. Let me stop the screen screen. I need to make sure you got good bandwidth. All right. Let me go back to screen sharing. All right. I need to make sure you guys got good bandwidth. All right, then we go to the video. You're not gonna hear no sound, but I just want to show you. All right, so the first game right here is on the PlayStation EU webpage, YouTube page. I have no sound. You can go to it. This has play link, but this game is called Hidden Agenda, and it's made by the developers who did Until Dawn. So if you're an Until Dawn fan and you join Until Dawn, support this game. This is how you know games do good in general. When developers are able to make sequels, that's the ultimate test, you know. And Until Dawn was very successful. Now, I'm gonna be real. I am very disappointed in Sony because they're not talking about this game. I mean, granted, it's on the YouTube PlayStation, but why didn't they put this on stage at E3? You understand what I'm saying? This should have been on stage. All right. They made the mistake the first time on Until Dawn. Until Dawn was very successful, and even Yoshida said himself, if he knew that this game was going to be that popular, he would have put more time into marketing this game, right? But yet again, they failed to market this game. It's not even at E3. This is something they should put at E3 because it's pretty much like the same type of gameplay as Until Dawn, and you can see it looks fantastic and it looks fun. You're playing the role of 2 people: a police officer, which you just saw she was running with a gun, and then the Asian lady is a district attorney. You understand? And they're chasing after a serial killer known as the Trapper. You understand? This guy's talking about how you could, you know, the gameplay and all that stuff. But Until Dawn was a fantastic game. It was fun. If you love story-based games, I suggest we support this. I'm getting this day one, you know. But I'm pretty upset at Sony. They're not saying nothing. This company deserves more than that. In fact, I thought that the company, there was rumor that this company was gonna make a multi-plat, you know, but instead they went back and making another exclusive, and here's Sony not hyping it up again. I think that's terrible. You guys made the mistake once, you know, don't do it again. You know, show this game support, let people know about this. What you're seeing right now is people are actually playing the game using their phone, using the Play Link app, you know. So this is also, besides being a single-player game for us core gamers to enjoy, you can also put this in the group party settings, and everybody will have to make choices and stuff like that in the game and stuff. So check out the video so that we can hear the developer talk about it, and you can see what's going on. But I think it's pretty cool. The next thing I want to talk about, I'm going to click this, is this right here. My man, Iron Wolf, put me onto this, all right? So this is an indie game, actually. And this is impressive because look at this. This thing looks like Final Fantasy 15, does it not? And this is created and developed by Yang Bing. He did this shit himself. You know what I'm saying? Reminds me of when I used to do my podcast, my first 2 or 3 episodes. I was doing this shit myself. You know, but look at the graphics. And this is an indie game, all right? It kind of looks like, you know, Final Fantasy 15 and shit, right? But the gameplay of this game is pretty much Devil May Cry / Bayonetta type shit, and it looks fantastic. You're about to see this guy he's about to go ham and stuff like that. I don't want to skip ahead, but you're about to see him do some shit. All right. In fact, let me skip forward. You could also, I'll put the link to this video in my description. Let me skip. See him running around. It's a big world and stuff like that. But watch him get his shit on. Yo, once I saw this, I was like, yo, this game is off the hook. And look at that. And I think it might be open world too. Look at that. Oh man, I love these hack and slash games. Yo, Nier got some competition. Look at that sucker. Look at that. Are you seeing this? Let me check the chat box. I want to make sure I'm not fucking you guys over. Yeah. Everybody see that? Yeah, look at that. Why is no one talking about this? Like, are you kidding me? Come on, bro. Look at this shit. And this is, I love good gameplay. You understand what I'm saying? Look at this. This is good gameplay right here. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that, you know, Bayonetta's only been on Nintendo now, this is a good, and it's an indie game, so maybe it's 20, 30 bucks. Woo! Yo, Iron Wolf, shout out to Iron Wolf on this one, bro. This shit's on top of my radar. Look at that. Some of you may not like these games. Maybe some of you don't like Devil May Cry and Bayonetta. But for those of you that do, Lost Soul aside, man, keep that in there, right? Keep that in your mind, right? So those are two games, you know, that you guys should be looking into, right? So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. All right, there we go. So what you thought about that? Yeah, it looks like Neil Scalebound had a baby. Fucking Joker. Oh, now I'm in the chat box and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? Crooker, I don't think so. Depends because, all right. Yes, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, Sony snatched that up. So that's an exclusive. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, everybody keeps thinking Sony broke. Keep thinking Sony broke. Keep feeling sorry for Sony. Boy, them motherfuckers are snatching up everything. Yo, they even took Xbox One X footage. They're like, yo, Phil, that's my footage. Give me that shit. Sony's stealing everything up in this motherfucker. What's up, all day? What's going on? Azazel Mills, yo, Lost Souls, yeah, I love it. That shit is lit. You know what I'm saying? Good job, Sony, for picking that one up. You know, we need to talk more about that. You know what I'm saying? All right. So we got that. So those are my two games. You know, you guys should be paying attention to if you have a PlayStation 4. Check them out. I'll put those links in my description and stuff like that. Now, the final topic I want to talk about. I want to put my 2 cents in the Xbox One X versus the PS4 Pro debate. And put it in a way and talk about stuff nobody else is talking about. You know what I'm saying? So let's get out the stuff people are talking about, right? Which is the power and the graphics. All right? There is no doubt, and I don't think, you know, if you're a PlayStation fan, you just need to admit Xbox One X will have the better looking, better playing versions of the game. It's just that fact. Even if both games run at 30 frames, one is going to look better than the other. No different than the PS4 games, Slim, you know, vanilla, looking better than vanilla Xbox One games. It's the same scenario. All right? It's the same scenario. Xbox One X is going to have better playing games. More games will be in native 4K. Notice I said more games. I didn't say all games. I'm not, you know, I'm a little bit smarter than that. But you will see a lot of games that PlayStation Pro could not run in native 4K. Some of those games, the Xbox One X will run in native 4K. For those games that they both can't run in native 4K, you know, they use checkerboarding, whatever, the graphical assets will be a little bit better on the One X. It's going to be better. So you're going to see noticeable playing games. I don't think nobody should really be surprised about that. And nobody should be, how would you say, that's just something that's reality, you know? So you're going to see on a technical aspect better versions of the games in multiplats on the Xbox One X. It just has more power. You know, that's just a reality. But here's the thing that people aren't talking about. People are making an assumption that because the One X has more power, that's the default choice for gamers. That's it. It's already done. You know, between the PS4 Pro and the One X, everybody's just going to get the One X. No one's going to get the Pro. That is not true at all. That's not how gamers work. That's not how consumers work. All right? If that was the case, McDonald's would not be the #1 selling burger in the world. It would be Five Guys. If it was just about quality and nothing else, Five Guys should be the #1, or maybe one of those other burger joints like In-N-Out's, Cookout, you know, Smash Burgers, whatever those high-end burger joints in your neighborhood. I guarantee you, no matter where you live, McDonald's is your #1 burger seller in your neighborhood. Doesn't matter how many, you know what I'm saying? You know, because here's the thing. People are okay, consumers are okay with buying something of lesser quality as long as the price fits their needs. You understand what I'm saying? They're okay. You understand what I'm saying? Price is important. Only the extreme hardcore graphic horse, you know, don't mean to use the word, but the guys who are all in on graphics, they will buy that One X, you know what I'm saying? It's a default choice. But that group of people is a very niche and small group. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a big group of people that are like that. Many people are okay with buying a weaker product as long as there's savings behind it. When Xbox One launched, it did not have that. It was a weaker product that was $500, while the PlayStation 4 is $400. That would be like selling a Toyota Corolla for $35,000 and a Mercedes-Benz for $25,000. What do you think you're going to buy? You're not going to pay $5,000 more for something less. You know what I'm saying? You know? That's just the reality. People have no issues with buying. Now, I'm not saying the Pro is going to fly off the shelves, all right? But here's certain things people have to look at, right? When Xbox One X comes out in November. When the Destiny 2 White Bundle, the Glacier White Bundle, was announced, it got recently announced, it's $450. And it comes with $100 worth of content, which is the game and the season pass, $100. So in reality, the PS4 Pro is $350. That's the reality. Sony could sell that thing for $350. They just didn't drop the price at E3 because Microsoft didn't put them in a position where they needed to. All right. Number one, Xbox One S is not launching till November. Destiny comes out in September. So Sony doesn't need to drop the price of the Pro from $400 to $350. They don't, because there's nothing to compete with. Number two, the Xbox One S in North America, really in every region, has been the last place selling console. I'm not trying to say that the system sucks. I'm just talking about numbers. All right. Especially ever since the Switch came out, the first place and second place has been interchanged between Switch and PlayStation. Xbox One has been third place in every region. All right? That's just the reality. Sony is in no pressure to drop the price of the PlayStation 4 now. They don't need to, because there's nothing that's going to outsell the PS4 all the way up to October. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when November comes, like I said, September is when Destiny comes out. So they're going to sell the Destiny bundle for $450 in September, and in October, they're going to sell for $450. But come November, because they can, the PS4 Pro is going to drop to $350. So now you're talking about a $500 console versus a $350 console. That's a $150 difference. All right? That's ultimately what you're looking at. So the question is, will people notice $150 worth of difference in graphics? That's to the eye of the beholder. I can't answer that question. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that the Xbox One S is not worth $150, no more than I could say that the Xbox One S is worth $150 more. Each individual will have to come up with their own logical reasoning. For some people, it's worth it. For some people, it's not. All right? GoLion23 says, Sony ain't dropping that price, Rock. Zaire said the same shit to me last year. When the Xbox One S was outselling the PS4 Slim in September and in August, September, and October, the PS4 Slim was $299. In October, I told them Sony's going to drop the price to $250 because they want that console to be the #1 seller in the American market. Zaire said Sony has no incentive to drop the price because they're making money regardless. They don't care about being #1. I'm like, bullshit, Zaire. They want to be #1. Not because of the console war, but they want to make sure they grab the most amount of gamers to buy that console because those gamers will continue to buy software. That's what Sony wants. Sony wants people to buy software on their platform, right? And in order to get people to buy software on the platform, the people have to buy the platform in the first place. I told them Sony's going to drop the price to $250, and I told them, and they might bundle Uncharted. So don't be surprised if they do that. And what ended up happening, that's exactly what Sony did. Sony dropped the price to $250. They put Uncharted in the box, and that ended up being the #1 selling console in November and December. All right. If you look at the Destiny 2 bundle, go Lion, Sony already dropped the price without even people telling. All right. The Destiny bundle is $450. The Destiny with the season pass is $100. Do the math. $450 minus $100 in content is $350. That console can drop to $350. Okay? If that console was not $350, then the Destiny bundle would be $500. You understand what I'm saying? Sony's making money hand over foot on that console because they could sell it for $350, but they're not because they don't have to. The Xbox One S don't come out till November, and the One S is not outselling the PS4 at all. It's not even outselling the Switch, and the Switch is in limited supply. So Sony's not concerned about sales for June, July, August, September, and October. These next couple of months, Sony's not worried about that. But come November, they're going to shift it into fifth gear. Pro, hell, the Pro, when it launched, like after 3 weeks, I think some of us remember, they dropped the price to $340. And that was the month it launched. Does anybody remember that? So don't tell me they're not going to drop the price when they already did it. They just brought the price back up after the holidays. This November, that sucker's going to cost $350. Now, again, I'm not saying it's a better value than the One X. I'm not here to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of other factors. And to me, the main factor is if you're an Xbox fan and you love Xbox, then it's not even really a choice. You know what I'm saying? Only the One X could provide you the best Xbox experience. If you're a PlayStation fan, then the One X is not a choice for you because only the Pro can give you the best PlayStation experience. That's the main thing. These consoles provide a specific experience that you want. You understand what I'm saying? And one can't suffice with the other, you know? You can't play Halo on the PlayStation Pro no more than you can play God of War on the One X. You understand what I'm saying? That's my take on the PS4 versus the One X. All right? It's not as black and white as everybody's making it. All right? All right? But either way, regardless of what console you purchase, me personally, I'm buying an Xbox One S, all right, for the holidays. That'll be my Christmas gift, all right? And I'm going to enjoy it. But regardless of what platform you buy, even if it's the Switch or whatever, at the end of the day, just enjoy the games that you got, you know? Of course, the ideal is to eventually, throughout the years, to try to become a multi-platform owner. So that way you don't miss out on anything. You can talk shit, you understand what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? You can talk your shit because you prefer one console or the other. But at the end of the day, as long as you're not missing out on certain experiences you can't get anywhere else, it's good to be a multi-platform owner. You know, it just comes down to your budget. You know, whether or not you can afford the system or if the system's at the right price point for you or whatever. But whatever your choice, just enjoy it. But anyway, that's PUERTO'S Point for the day. You know, I covered my topics, all right? I'm glad you guys were rocking out with me. I appreciate it. Again, catch me at 8 o'clock on Titanfall Princess's channel. I'll be rocking out with her on her podcast and stuff. I'm about to hop on that PS4 and rock out on some Neo. The game's just kicking my ass. I need to boost up some levels. But anyway, this is your boy PorterRock77. I don't know what's up with my sound effects. Here, let me ask you something. Tell me if you hear my sound effect. Are y'all hearing that? I don't think it's working. I hear it here. I hear it over my headpiece, but I think something's wrong. I got to check my configurations or something. You know what I'm saying? Because my sound effect's not working, man. I'm telling you, man. Aaron Greenberg be hacking my shit. Yeah, nobody hears it. Anyway, people, I enjoy your time. You take care. Check me out on Wednesday, 7 p.m. as usual. 60 frames, no lag. All right? You guys have a great weekend. Enjoy your weekend gaming and friends, family. I hope you have a safe weekend. You heard me fart. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's the new sound effect. My man has his own. Anyway, this is your boy, PorterRock77. I'm out of here. Again, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. All right, people? You guys take care. Peace.